Good evening, America. It is I, Jay Seals, the Lion. We are back. It's Thursday night, so we are here for another episode of Pokemon Book Study. Me, Jay Seals, the Lion, here the doc. I want to come and get started at the all these stuff, man. What you down to the wire? You down to the wire. It's that weekend. It's Valentine's weekend. I'm going to be doing it this weekend, next weekend. But you get down to that wire, brother. Tuesday is the day. You better make something with it. What more to do? How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty good, bro. I'm pretty good. You know, been busy today trying to throw stuff together right quick, but we here. We ready to go. So, yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir, man. You know, it's good to get back on here, jump on here this Thursday night. We're a little bit off our regular time, but we're going to give y'all the show. We're going to go through these next couple of chapters. Get into this book. I like where we're going with these current chapters, man, trying to, you know, give everybody a little something, a little extra. But like Doc having some issues over there, but we're going to keep rolling. We got chapters 39 and 40 tonight, getting into a lot of how I look at it. These are two chapters about a lot of how we should respect women and the energy that they offer to us. But first, let's get into the regular housekeeping. As always, if you want to interact with us, you can comment, write in the thing. We'll put it up during the broadcast and keep that going for you. If you want to get on and come on live with us, we'll have a link up on the right down in the description. You can jump in on the link and you can come on live and you can voice your opinion about whatever it is we're talking about. But as always, like, share, subscribe. We're going to give you all the best product we got, man. We're working on doing a bigger and better show every time. Doc, what's going on, brother?
Man, why I can't do your part like you do my part? No, we all good, man. I just had my computer wasn't plugged in all the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I got something over here with some horsepower, so it was gonna run out of battery fast.
Oh yeah.
I needed to get that fixed right away.
You ain't got nothing but a few minutes.
Man, let's get
But
some quick shout outs, man. Our boy, he said, peace, brother, Freddie Brown.
yes, sir. What's
Man,
going
look,
on, big brother?
Freddie, powerful brother, man. Look, Big Hurt in the house. Say, yo.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. And I got some other people watching on the other side. Terry Spoon is here. So, man, appreciate you. Yeah, we ready to go, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. So we're in what, 39 and 40 tonight, right now?
Yeah. Now we are. I mean, this is we already on part 6.
Yeah.
Part 6. We've done 39 chapters so far. 39. Oh man, Damien here, bro. Yes, sir. He is here. Yeah, apologize for the late start today. The schoolhouse had me doing some extracurricular activities again. But
Well,
we back.
We all know your services are needed in multiple places, and we appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing with the young people, man. We need more out there like you.
Hey, we're gonna try to do what we can, but yeah, man, let's go ahead and walk down this thing. So part 6 is titled Feminine Attractiveness. And this is what I was getting out of this as I read it. It's showing us that we got to think about women differently. How we interact with them, how we, all that stuff. So it's some challenging stuff about to come up. And as the book goes on, it gets more and more challenging. So
I have to agree with that take. It's definitely some things coming up here in the next few chapters that are gonna make you think about your interactions with women.
And that's the truth, man. That is the 100% truth, man. But let's go ahead and jump into this thing. So as you see, title is chapter 39, The Feminine is Abundant. And he says that it's never a shortage of women or feminine energy. And then he go on to say that the sense of like there's no women and all of that stuff is like a starvation. And when you say it's no good women, you are starving yourself because of how you think about women and what you're looking out for. I like when he start talking about the feminine energy, like how she behave, how she carry herself.
Right.
Not just the physical part. Because we got to start seeing it for more than that. Because if not, we're going to end up being mad all the time.
All the time. Because you can be a very good looking woman and still not have a lot of feminine energy.
Oh yeah, you can be. You can. Oh boy, yeah. You can be. We can think of a whole bunch of names.
Yeah, and we ain't even gonna get into all of that.
We're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk about how abundant it is.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them. So man, let's jump a little more. Now he said you must actually refuse feminine energy in order to feel tired, dry, and hungry for a woman. So something you're doing is shutting it down somewhere. Because what he's saying is feminine energy is everywhere.
Right.
Now we ain't talking about the physical energy.
No.
But he's talking about just the presence and all of that. Because I mean, you go to work, there's women there. You go into the store, there they go, everywhere.
Yeah, and I think that has to be clarified. For the way he says, for you to thirst for one, I think the initial reaction for most people is physical.
Yeah.
Right. But just to get that energy, but depending on the environment you're in on a daily basis, I don't know if that's true for everyone that is abundant.
Right. Well, go ahead.
Well, because let's say if you do a job, for example, I run a warehouse. Now, right. I'm not saying there aren't extremely feminine women in that arena, but it's more of a masculine arena.
Right.
So you may be in an area that tends itself to the masculinity, and then if you don't necessarily have a woman at home, you may find yourself in a dearth of femininity.
Yeah, you're right. But the thing he talk about here, though, he doesn't even talk about actual women themselves until the end of the chapter, he's talking more about um the the feminine things in life,
Right.
softness in life, all of that. Get to appreciate that first. And then you can, when you encounter human women, then you can start doing a little more. But Big Hurt said there are plenty good women. Some are hiding feminine energy because of the pain and unhealed scars. The wall, which is the guard, is up to protect themselves.
Can't argue that.
But all right, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into this now. I would say, even like considering some of the other stuff we talked about in this book, I think that some women don't have feminine energy, or they have very little, because remember in the chapter we talked about how men can cause their women to replace their feminine energy with masculine energy.
Right.
Because they have to do things that's not feminine, so they won't be more masculine.
Okay.
I was saying these days a lot of women are choosing to do more masculine things.
That's okay. I can get with you on that. That I think a lot of women are choosing it. I do not think a lot of women are doing it based on their interactions with men.
Exactly.
I think that's a cop out for a lot of women. Oh, I'm doing this because my baby daddy or my husband or ex-husband or my boyfriend. I ain't have no choice. No, you had a choice, and that's what you chose to do. But I also say that I think women are taught in today's society to like withhold their feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
I think for whatever reason, like almost like it's some kind of weakness.
Well, all right, but then it's like a currency, just like all the manosphere talking points where they said, "What if we was to say that I'm only going to be masculine for the right one?"
Right.
I don't know how to do that. I know how to be me.
Right.
I don't turn nothing off and on. I am who I am. Like Popeye, strong to the finish, because I eat your spinach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so now Freddie Brown said he don't worry about that no more. He on a whole nother level, a whole nother plane of existence.
And you shouldn't. You really shouldn't be worried about it, because if you are doing what you're supposed to do as a man, if you are given the right masculine energy, the feminine energy gonna find you. So you don't have to worry about it. Now, how long that process is gonna take, who knows?
Yeah. But what he's teaching us here though is how to view things differently.
Right.
And he keeps talking about energy, being around people, like how they behave, how they act, and how to appreciate that before you start jumping to, or instead of when you jump to the physical part of it. Because some of us are so, what word I want to use? We are not enlightened enough to realize that there's more to women than just physical stuff.
Right.
And that goes right into this, as men raised old school or taught machismo. Bro, I couldn't even spell. I would have had to think how to spell that. That was like spelling correct. So you must have typed that all the time. I'm telling you. And then Freddie said the title of the book is The Way of the Superior Man.
Right.
That's right. That's what we're doing. Now, here he talks about further down, he said, when you meet human women, do the same thing as it is when you experience feminine things. That's like this trying to, okay, we got to get into some metaphysical stuff here. Because this hope from here on forward is a lot of metaphysical stuff.
Right.
When I say metaphysical, thinking about the world differently, being aware of your body, being aware of your mind, being aware of where everything is, and enjoying things and actually feeling the different polarities and energies of environments. That's what he's talking about.
Right.
And if you have not tried that yet, I'm telling you, it's real. Just find like wait till spring hit all the way, and you go outside when the sun is out and the weather is just right and the wind blowing, and you sitting back in your lawn chair. You can feel and sense all of the positive stuff there. So he's saying that. But in the beginning of the chapter, he's trying to train us how to breathe deeply and feel it and experience it. And then he says, when you get that, do the same in the company of human women. Feel them not as merely as friends, co-workers, sisters, but walking blessings of energy. And look, he said, receive their anger as a jolt of awakening energy. And he talked about this. So if something is going on, then you got to be in a different frame, a different place to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be in a different. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you did something wrong, but the fact that you have to shift how you are to deal with it. Because in one of the other chapters was like matching her energy.
Right.
You got to be able to know to deal with it. So if some woman is mad somewhere, then your ears need to prick up and be on the lookout. You know, if they're happy, or say receive their happiness even when you are depressed. That's a big one. Because there's nothing like when you come home, or even wherever you are, if you're feeling down and that woman walk up to you and she talked to you with the high pitched voice and real happy and stuff, it do bring you up a little bit.
Yeah.
It do.
Well, when you come in and she happy to see you.
Yes. So we have to learn how to recognize that. And I think that's the big thing. It's a lot of stuff go on around us that we don't recognize because we have a singular focus.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to learn how to spread that out. Now he say here, you do not need to show the women you meet throughout the day that you are doing anything special at all. Continue to treat them in whatever way is appropriate for the situation. But through it all, relax and enjoy the bountifulness of feminine energy that surrounds you. You ain't got to be thirsty. You ain't got to be running after folks.
I think if you can learn, like he says, to enjoy the bountiful feminine energy around you, it'll probably help you be more relaxed.
Yeah.
When dealing with the physical, human woman, the human feminine. I think a lot of men can overlook the how nice it is just to enjoy nature.
Yes. That's what I was waiting for. You just hit it, man.
Yeah, how nice it is to enjoy nature, to enjoy art.
Mm-hmm.
We spend so much of our time in these hard things. We'll go out there and work on the car. We'll go wash the car, work on the car, and all that kind of stuff. But we don't spend enough time with the creative side, and the creative side is more of a feminine side.
It is. It's like the difference between an automotive garage or a warehouse, because we know about warehouses. And in the middle of the shift, you go out there, you hear the horns beeping, the things running, the clamp opening and closing, the doors slamming, a bunch of hard masculine type stuff. Contrast that with a trip to the beach. We at the beach, the waves, going against the land, the wind breeze blowing, and that's more of a feminine thing.
Right.
But you can appreciate, and it relaxes you. You don't have to be on point.
Right.
But at the warehouse, and just as good as me, if you're on foot, you better be looking left, right, and center and everything else. You better
keep that head on the swivel.
Because if you don't,
somebody come around that corner on you. Come around that corner that live, boy. You better be fast.
I'm laughing, boy. The fellas used to be racing them things. Man, we had these lifts. These jokers ran into one another. The battery shot out like 10 feet. We couldn't even push that battery back. It was like 1,000 pounds. And they tried to act like they knew what was going on. But Hurt say, I think it's recognized, but expressing it is the lost part of communication.
I agree with that.
Man,
I think we as men have a hard time expressing our appreciation of the feminine.
Yeah.
Whether it be in things in the world and in nature, or even in the women, and just expressing our appreciation of it. Because for a lot of us, we aren't taught the right words. We taught things to do, but we aren't taught the right words to express.
Right. And it'd be one of those things like I'm constantly reminded of the things I did on our trip across the country. And the one place I never ever forget for as long as I live, and I'm gonna try to make it back, was the redwood forest. And when you walk there, it's like feminine energy all around you because I was just like in awe and was like, you know what, man, this is beautiful. You walk in chipmunks jumping all around the place like squirrels, and
Hmm.
these huge trees, and the air smells different, like all of that. So I guess what we get into, or what I'm getting to at least, is be more aware of your surroundings and try to pick that stuff out and try to experience it. Because it's a lot of stuff, man. We miss a lot of stuff. We miss a
Oh,
whole bunch.
oh, yeah, we definitely do that. We definitely miss a lot, and some of it's what we're raised to care about and what we're raised to pay attention to, and we also, some of it, there it is. We
Yep.
also taught that it makes you so we don't think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But you know what? For me, and in the past few years, I've had to learn this. I got to the point where I don't even care about that.
Yeah,
And I just be like, you know what? I'm me. I can do what
right.
I want. If I feel like saying something beautiful, I'm gonna say it because I'm me.
Yeah,
And I try to teach these young men this at the school. You know, they say, "Hey, doc, why you do that?" I'm like, "Man, because I'm me. I'm grown. And when you grown, you can do whatever you want to do." I mean, something as simple, no lie. I carry an Avengers lunchbox to school every day on purpose.
yeah,
Avengers. I'm teaching middle school, and it always catch their attention. They ask me why I do it, and I say I can do what I want. I'm grown. So,
and that's the truth.
but and it's just like wearing pink. Remember when we couldn't wear pink?
Yeah,
I'm just like, well, shoot, I can do what I want because I'm me. And I would like for people to get to that point. I'm me. I can do what I want.
I think yes, you definitely can do what you want, but I don't even know if it even has to go that far. I think it just have to be willing to appreciate everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to say, okay, and learn how to appreciate and enjoy all facets of life.
Let me ask you this. Hard question, but it might be
Okay.
easy. What's the last thing you appreciated like that? And in the comments, y'all drop something in the comments. Let me know what's the last thing that y'all appreciated similar to what we're talking about.
There had to be some artwork. Where was I at? I think I was at the aquarium maybe.
Mm.
But I think I was at the aquarium. They had some artwork there. Like I have developed a joy of art that I didn't know I had.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah. So there's a matter of fact, there's an event coming up soon. I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm gonna go to it. I went to it before. It was a really good time. I don't know if I'm gonna go to it or not. They have an event here in Atlanta called Chocolate and Art. It's
Mm.
pretty cool. It's like a nice little scene. Got a lot of local artists, a lot of artwork and stuff up on display. Nice crowd. So I really had a great time the last time I went. It's something I'm thinking about going to again. But for me, artwork is probably the last thing I really appreciated. Um, I think I'm glad the spring is coming. I don't like the cold a whole lot,
Mm.
so I'm glad the spring is coming. Allow me opportunity to get out. I think I want to get out on the water a little bit more this year.
Right, right. That may be the way. And see, look, you've advanced to the next level. You're past recognizing it, and now you're going to set yourself up so you can be around it.
Yeah,
Now Freddie said, I appreciate those walks.
there it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. For me, it's being able to sit out on my back porch when the springtime hit, and it's like the weather's perfect, and I'm just sitting there in that chair, and I'm back there with that little sickening dog throwing that thing, throwing that little stick, and I'm just there, and that's like the best feeling ever. I can appreciate how the weather feel. You know, Freddie said he ready for his garden too. See, that's
Okay. All right.
that's it.
I think about it, but I feel like I'm gonna kill a lot of stuff on the way trying to grow something.
Well, somebody had to try to grow something first.
Yeah, somebody had to
There
try.
you go. So I guess what we're saying though is that try to appreciate things for more than just their surface value.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And when it comes to women, try to appreciate them for more than just their surface value. Look at this one here. Enjoying front porch, smoking on the cigars.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I don't really smoke like that, but I would enjoy sitting up on the porch talking. That's always good.
I think we as men, because what it seems like is we as men struggle with learning how to relax.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. You are right. Learning to relax is the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So anything else you want to say about that?
No, I think we pretty much covered it. You know, learning to appreciate the salt. But what Sears had that commercial, the salty side of Sears. Learn to appreciate the salty side of life.
Yeah, David said, "Yes, sir." Them Cubanos.
Hey, I boy got to come up here and go to the speakeasy.
Yeah, that's it. I'll go with y'all. Like I said, I don't really smoke, but I'll go with y'all.
Yeah, come on.
That stuff don't bother me.
We go to the little red room with the red door. We go to Cam Newton's spot, little cigar spot. He got Fellowship, something like that.
Okay. And then Freddie said, I thought the same thing till I had those fresh vegetables. So go ahead and do you one. All right. All right, here we go, man. Number 40. Allow older women their magic.
Very interesting topic.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say this. And I think this is the thing that's given a lot of male content bad names. And I know what Kevin Samuel was talking about when he's talking about hitting the wall and, you know, all of that stuff. But some of us have gotten to the point where we just like destroy people because they say they're over a certain age. And that just, it ain't right.
Okay, I'm gonna address this two different ways. Okay, first,
all right, go ahead.
On the issue of the manosphere and red pill and all that, what they don't do is they don't qualify it enough. When they say, "Oh, men are interested in older women," they need to qualify the type of man they talk. They talk about a man who himself has no children. Talk about a man who himself is ready to start and build a family and build it from the ground. Of course, that man is not going to be interested in an older woman because she has less opportunity to have children.
Yeah.
Now, for a lot of other guys, it's not that big a deal because one, a lot of guys my age, you know, we already had kids, have been married, all of that kind of stuff. We're not looking for that same build from the ground that another man might be looking for, even though we may be the same age.
Yeah.
So whereas he may say this, well, no, I need a woman that's 28 because I'm trying to start me a family, even though we close to the same age. He's 38, I'm 41. He might be saying, well, I want a woman that's 28 because I'm trying to start me a family. I might say, well, I don't care if she's 38 years old because I ain't doing none of that no more. I done had all the kids.
But I guess what I'm referring to is the people that follow things blindly without thinking it.
Right.
They just regurgitate what they hear and apply it to every situation, and it don't fit that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like because I've seen the instances in several comment sections and things like that, just for, you know, a woman saying, this is how old I am, then they run them through. Right. And they hadn't even said or done anything yet.
Right.
Now, if they coming in there with the attitude and they trying to get right on there. Oh, hold on.
Now give me my theme music.
Yeah. Well, we was late, OG. We was late, man. Oh, you know, not your fault, brother.
Yeah, we'll be back on. Well, we'll let y'all know at the end what we plan on doing. But that's what I'm referring to. Just people who apply that blanket statement to folks,
right,
without knowing more behind it.
Yeah, without qualifying the statement.
you know, they go 100 on something. So, and that's, I think, what he's saying. Because it's a part right here, right? He said men should not degrade older women by demanding or desiring them to be like young women.
I don't think men do. I think women do that to women more than men do.
Mhm.
You know, I think you have to look at the type of man. If you want, if most men don't, I don't think degrade older women. It's just that I'm at a
Right.
certain point in my life where a younger woman suits more of the needs.
And
I think women are much harder on women than men are. This is my opinion.
I would agree with you there. I would agree with you there. But I guess, and what he's talking about here is you got to know what you're getting.
Right,
If you know you got somebody older, you can't expect her to be younger
right,
because it just don't bend that way. Or if it tried, then you get some stuff you really get tired of.
right.
So, you know, I guess we just have to know, you know, because he said here, men should support older women in their wisdom, power, and intuitive and healing capacities. So just that older woman for what she is.
Yeah.
Now, but he's not saying here in a relationship kind of way, though. He
No.
just saying in general.
And that's why I say, in general, I think men have great, especially black men, we all have great reverence for older women. You know, I think we more so than any other group of men, you know, respect mama and big mama and auntie and all of that at a very high level and appreciate very much who they are and what they bring to the table. I don't think
Right.
that's the issue for most, at least not in the black community.
So now we got two comments here. So let's run through them one at a time. Now, Jerome say women that do that to themselves compete physically with young women, but the mental game is where it's at. So, you know, they ain't talking all that stuff or talking in code. When they text you, they don't be like JK, YK, 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 whatever. I don't know what none of that stuff is.
Man, you out the game. Don't worry about it, Doc. You don't even
Man,
know. You out the game.
I'm about the game so long. My wife been like, yeah, your type is probably this. I was like, I ain't had a type in like 2 decades. I don't even know what a type is no more. I don't do that. Now, Freddie said, is he talking about Western women? That I don't know, because this book was written, what, about 20 years ago?
Yeah.
You know, so it's an older book. They just kept printing it.
Right.
Yeah, now Jerome give us the laugh because he hit that laugh thing like 4 times there. So he was like, I ain't got no type. Shoot, when we were 10 years ago, we were working together. I ain't had no type then.
It is what it is. I think this goes back to what it's saying. You have to find an appreciation for the feminine in all its forms.
But, and so he says something here, right? And I think this applies to people like me. He said, you will only see skin deep and you will be attracted to the superficial display of a woman's radiance, which often disappears with the passing of youth. You marry them while they're young, and if you stay together long enough, they're going to get old.
Mm-hmm.
And if your whole basis was on how she look, when y'all start getting old, something ain't going to be working.
Right.
So you had, you know, that's for people like me who've been been married for 20 years. Because I mean, my wife don't look the same as she did when I first met her. That was 2 decades ago. By the same token, guess who else don't look the same?
Exactly.
I had hair and stuff back then, and it was black.
Line up.
It was black.
So what the line up back then?
Man, look at here. We had it going on back then. Ain't no more. but at the same time, you know, for me, she appreciate the fact that I got a lot of gray hair.
Right.
That's just what it is. And for her, it's something different. Now, Jamel say the Leo the Leo DiCaprio syndrome. Now
I don't know what's going on with Leo, but we can't compare ourselves to celebrities.
He got enough money.
It don't matter.
And he keep trading them in.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
As soon as that new model come out, he ship them off and get him a new model.
Yeah. So now look at this. He says, as a woman grows older with wisdom, her psychic weight increases. She becomes a bigger woman, able to influence her surroundings with stronger magic than a less developed woman. And again, this is trying to, get us to recognize if you're with somebody that's older, or like me, you've been married for a long time, the older woman can kind of get stuff done.
Right.
Because she had that influence.
Right. She got experience.
Exactly.
Right.
He talking about he like young women. He just keep leasing. What do you get 12,000 miles on them and he turn it back in?
Turn them back in. That's it.
And that 1.9% interest rate.
But look, they famous now. They famous now. So he turned them in, but they got credit for it.
Exactly.
They well known now. People know who they are. They influencers. They become influencers and whatnot. Not everything they wear get to go up on the ground. They get paid to wear different stuff. So it's a fair trade.
That for sure.
Yeah, you spend 2 years with Leo and become an influencer. You good.
So I'm thinking about what we just read here about influencing surroundings and all that. And that's just like for me, married for all this time, being with my wife. If she say, okay, she know how to cook grits.
Yeah.
I can remember when we first got married. Oh, we had to call home and be like, hey, how you cook grits? So that's the difference. So if you already hooked up and got something, you know what? I try to appreciate that. Our boy Fritz in the house. He said, good evening. Fritz, good to you, man. We appreciate you.
Come on, good evening, brother. I think it's again about how we look at things and how you value different things. Because there's something to value in the feminine when it comes to women in particular at all ages. When a woman is young, you see a young little girl running around, her excitement about life.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, she's excited about life. She don't know what's coming at her, and she still got all this energy and this joy for life, and it's cool. An older woman, you dealing with women in the middle of their life. They trying to figure themselves out. They at their highest level, beauty wise and all that kind of stuff, and you can enjoy that. Then you get an older woman, she got knowledge and experience, and can actually help you do some different things that you may be trying to do. So it's all about appreciating what a person offers at different points in their life. Because as you change and mature and get older as a man, you're gonna require different things.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's again, like you said, appreciating that and recognizing that.
Right.
I guess for me being an educator, I have gained the ability to be able to find something positive in a lot of rotten people.
I bet you have, sir.
You have these kids who turn that out every day. And when you call their parent, they know they don't even answer the phone. They see the school phone number. But you start off with something good. Hey, you know what? He was able to write his name on all his papers today. He wrote his name on every single one. I couldn't even find out. I didn't even have to search and find out who it was. He did every single one. But let me tell you this, what he did when he came in this morning. But you got to find something positive to say.
Yeah.
But if you practice looking for positive things in people, then it gets easier. You can appreciate people more. If you get used to looking for positive things in environments and places, you get used to sensing them and becoming a part of it.
Yes.
I mean,
I agree with that.
So that's the big practice.
It's like so many things, between the last book we read and this book. You have to set your intentions to it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you set your intentions to it, you'll be amazed what you can find out there to appreciate and enjoy and continue to build on in life.
And
To
that's
make
the thing.
to make your life more, to increase your quality of life.
That's true. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. The next part we're gonna talk about right here in the end of this chapter. I don't fully agree with this, and I don't fully agree with everything the author say. It might seem like it. I just be trying to explain it, but listen to this, and I don't agree with it because it's this stereotype. If you find yourself attracted to younger women, please be careful that you aren't trying to find an easy relationship with the woman who will let you slide. I don't fully agree with that. Because it, to me, is perpetuating the stereotype that the only reason why some men date women that's younger is because they want somebody that they can manipulate, push around, and that is easy.
While I do not agree that that's what all men are looking for when they date young women, I do think you do have a responsibility to check yourself to make sure that's not what you're doing.
Yeah. What the ham sandwich?
You do have a responsibility, and even with an older woman, you have a responsibility to make sure that you are entering into the relationship in good faith.
That's a better way to put it. That's a better way to put it. You with somebody because you want to be with them and like them.
Right. I think that's that. I understand why you say the wording. Yeah.
Okay.
But I do think you, as a man, if you're dating someone drastically younger than you, you have to make sure who you are.
Oh yeah. So he said. Now Freddie said, I believe he's speaking on two different types of guys. Now think back to DiCaprio. So if you're a serial data of that could possibly be the case. That could possibly be the case.
But well, let me ask you this: what's wrong with that? What's wrong with wanting a relationship to be easy? What's wrong with wanting a woman that you can mold the way you want? We hear women say all the time, I don't mold him into the kind of man I want it now. We hear women say that all the time. What's wrong with the idea of a man molding a woman to the kind of woman he wants? Why is it inherently going to be bad for the woman, for a man to mold her into the kind of woman he wants?
I mean, if she chooses to be there like that, but yeah, I don't think so, because if they both achieving something positive out of it and they both have an understanding, because most of the dudes that be molding people into stuff like that, either they super rich and they know what kind of person they actually need in their life, or they're a whole lot older and they don't want to deal with that stuff. They like the person, but they don't want to deal with that stuff. So they're going to train her not to be watching Real Housewives of Atlanta all the time.
Right. and that might be good for her.
Now, Freddie says, is that easy for us? Is it easy to do that?
Yes. I think so. If you, it depends on your definition of easy. Like for some people, they don't want to do no coaching.
Why is it only the thought that a younger woman gets thought of as being molded?
That's true, because you can do it with older women too. Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey,
I think it's less about age and more about what that person has been through.
Right.
You can get an older woman who hadn't been through all of that nonsense and hadn't been out here and living that crazy life like a lot of these young women, and you can turn her into the kind of woman you want too. And again, who's to say a man turn a woman into the kind of woman he wants is a bad thing? Just like it's not necessarily a bad thing for a woman to try to mold a man to the kind of man she wants.
And
if
that's
the
what I was going to
baseline of who he is good.
That's what I was going to say, because at the same time, you trying to mold them to guess what?
They're trying to mold you.
Now he said because multiple older women have been molded already.
Oftentimes, yes.
So you remolded what's all over there. Now he say you mold each other. Otherwise, there is more each other. You mold each other eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you be together for a while, you kind of both parties kind of
Correct.
adapt to one another. That's how it go. Younger is molding, older is moldy. Just moldy, you know. Oh man, but I guess with this one here, you know, what I get from what he's saying is that, well, first part he said to experience the feminine energy around you,
Right.
but then this part is the older women have a different kind of feminine energy, and we just can't throw them away.
I agree with that.
Getting us to be more comprehensive. That's the way of the superior man. The superior man know all this stuff. Because see, how many of us thought when we first started reading this book, it was talking about being strong, tough, fast, and all that. But he talked about more.
He definitely talked about more than what I expected. But I never thought it was going to be about being strong, tough, or being fast. I thought it was going to be about keeping your wits about you and how to move in and out of and how to move in and out of situations and set yourself apart from other men.
Yeah.
So, but I did not, the first time I read this, did not think it was going to be about a lot of the things that's in it.
Yeah, and it's still all valuable, man. I'm
with extremely valuable. Probably more valuable than what I thought I was going to get into.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, all right, man. Well, I guess we can go ahead and wrap this up. We doing the 2 tonight. Oh, he said, quality women find mates at any age.
Agreed. I agree with that. On the issue of wrapping it up, I think all I want to say is be open-minded, everybody. Fellas, be open-minded, be extremely open to the world around you. Pay attention, take it all in. Something you said before, be present.
Mm-hmm.
Be present in your life and in the lives of the people immediately around you and in your surroundings. And just be aware and be a part of that and try to enjoy life in all of its forms. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. That's it. Just try to experience the world differently. Pay attention to things around you. I mean, take stuff in. And what's going to happen is you're going to start branching out and doing more things to gain those experiences once you get one.
Yes.
If you go to the art museum and then you're like, well, I kind of like this, you're going to go further. Or if you never did a hike before,
right,
and you're going to hike in the woods somewhere to go to a waterfall or to the top of a mountain so you can look out over the whole landscape. If you've never done that before, bro, I'm telling you, being on top of a mountain and looking down into the valley, that's a whole nother thing. If you've never done that and feeling how hard the wind blow up there and how you can see everything, that's the stuff we got to learn to appreciate more than just, sitting back and watching sports all the time or playing video games all the time. Like, I'm gonna add that because that's what I do. But it's stuff out there, there's people out there to appreciate.
Yep.
Get to know more types of people. Something that you wouldn't normally do. You learn so much. And that's the way to be a superior man. All right. So before you shut it down, there's one thing. We was talking about moving the show to Wednesdays.
Right.
So we're going to move it to Wednesday. That way Thursday will be open. If we decide to do something else, we'll pop up on here and y'all will see it.
Right.
Whatever it may be. Or we may just take the day off because, your son got football and all that training. And I'm just going to be here chilling. So now I got to finish getting my garage set up.
Well, you got to book it right, sir.
Yeah, that too. I'll probably do that on Thursdays. We'll write the book. So, all right, man, go ahead and take us to the house.
Hey, man, thank y'all for coming out and joining us tonight, man. We appreciate it, y'all. Spending some time with us here, another episode of the Book of Man. We in the Wednesday Spirit, man. We get down to the end. We're going to go through the rest of this book, and we're going to start on our next book. Did we already make a decision on that book, Doc? Or we gonna do another poll?
Yeah, either going to be The Battle Cry by Jason Wilson, or we're going to hit 12 Rules to Life from Jordan Peterson. Both of them powerful, man. We got Atomic Habits sitting back there in the winds. I want to talk about Iron John, because that book changed my life. Ooh, I don't know.
Man, we got more coming for you. We're gonna keep the content coming. We appreciate y'all joining us. We love you. Good night.